Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our October 21st regular meeting. Could I have a resolution to adopt the agenda, please?
Moved by Harold Levine, second by Carl Keel. Be it resolved that Council for the Township of Killaloe, Haggerty, and Richards hereby adopts the agenda for the regular meeting of October the 21st, 2025 as presented.
All those in favor? Carried. Our First Nations land acknowledgement. As we gather today, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of this committee and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history. And we are extremely grateful for their many continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. And please join me in a moment of silent reflection. And thank you. A couple of points I'd like to bring up. Meetings and functions I attended on behalf of our township. October the 8th, attended County Council and Committees of Health, Community Services, and Corporate Services. October 14th, our first committee of the whole. It went really well. Good conversation. Staff was very prepared and involved. October 19th, I attended the Veterans Dinner in Barry's Bay. I was one of the speakers. The true highlight was the guest speaker. His name was Mike Tronier. He was a courageous and highly decorated Canadian veteran and a highly decorated, a world-class para-athlete. He was just an outstanding individual who walked in just like a normal person, but he had no legs. It was an incredible story. October the 20th, I was supposed to attend a mayor's breakfast at Lake Dory Lodge, but it was canceled and moved to Deep River. This past weekend, our fire department responded to several fires across the township, each one demanding long hours, teamwork, and remarkable resilience under pressure. On behalf of council and the residents of Killaloe, Haggerty, and Richards, I want to extend heartfelt thanks to every firefighter who answered the call and to their families who stand behind them. Your commitment, skill, and professionalism kept our community safe. We often say that dedicated people are the backbone of rural Ontario, and nowhere is that truer than in our fire service. When emergencies happen, you are there, day or night, often leaving your own families to protect ours. We are deeply grateful for your service, your sacrifice, and your steady presence in times of crisis. Thank you for all that you do for our township. I'd just like to make a note in regards to the strong mayor framework. Provincial legislation was passed that brought strong mayor framework to our township on May 1st of this year. This isn't a matter of choice or opinion, it's provincial law. Once proclaimed, it automatically applies to every designated municipality. Our job is simple: to ensure that our local documents and practices reflect what the law already requires. The CAO's job description makes this very clear. It states that the CAO is responsible for carrying out the duties within the legislative and regulatory framework established by relevant provincial and municipal acts, aligning with the operational policies of the township of Killaloe, Haggerty, and Richards. That means ensuring that our governance structure, policies, and bylaws operate within the provincial framework that now governs us. While an initial report was provided earlier this year, no implementation has followed. The township remains bound by this provincial legislation, and those administrative updates are now overdue. I want to be very clear. This has nothing to do with my directives. This is not about the mayor's administrative decisions or any individual policy direction. This is about basic legislative compliance and making sure that our municipality is operating within the law established by the province of Ontario. My intent is simple: to make sure we meet our legal obligations as a municipality. It's time for this work to move forward, starting with a clear plan, a timeline, and updates to the procedural bylaw and related documents in consultation with the ministry if needed, or prepare an amendment. Compliance with provincial law is not optional. It's how we protect the township, support our staff, and ensure that everyone council, staff, and the public can have confidence that our decisions are being made transparently, lawfully, and consistently under the framework we are required to follow unless the provincial government passes new legislation. Does anyone have any pecuniary or financial interest to declare? I haven't seen none. No delegations. Minutes of the previous meetings.
Moved by Maureen McMillan, second by Carl Keel. Motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting of October 7th, 2025. Open and closed sessions. Understanding closed minutes remain confidential.
Questions, discussion? All those in favor? Carried. Any adjustments on the meetings? Just one notation, October 23rd, this Thursday. Carol and I will be attending the management exercises for the fire department. So, any reports? None. Examining the accounts. Road and general voucher 9-2025. Any questions? Last call. Any committee meeting reports? None. Correspondence. Bobby Anderman, Forest Management.
I have a question regarding
Yep.
that. So we had a motion come before council and then we didn't vote on that motion. It is on the motion.
Yeah,
right?
second.
Forget that.
Yep.
Um,
Lori Norwood. Thank you note. Upper Ottawa Valley Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Alex Blaze, a letter of complaint to public. This is to be read out loud. And may I have the clerk read it out loud, please?
Letter of complaint to be read out loud to the public of KHR Township. Honorable Mayor, Councilors, CAO of KHR Township. I'm a resident and homeowner of Killoo, and I would like this letter of complaint to be addressed in the public. I'm getting more and more frustrated at the lack of competence, maturity, and professionalism that is to be expected from our councilors who appear to engage in some form of strike by refusing to cooperate with the regular town operations as councilors. In fact, I find they are borderline against the Ontario principles of councilors' responsibilities. As you should all be aware, the Ontario government has laid out the law to allow for mayoral powers, and this law is very well explained simply by going to the Ontario mayoral powers from the government website. Should anyone not like that idea for whatever reason, can do so to express their concerns in the democratic way, which should exclude influential misinformation that is spread and going array in all directions. Councillors who claim the mayor is doing should address their lawyers before trying to create a deeper crisis, especially when no charges are stated. You should not accuse anyone of disobeying the law without proof. You are now liable and slanderous. Furthermore, I would certainly expect any of my councillors, no matter what district they represent, to refute any such misinformation and especially condemn anyone's attempt to follow and harass or terrorize anyone in council, most especially the mayor. This is a value that must be above all a top consideration for any one of you public servants sitting there. I have been very well explained by the mayor and one councillor many of my questions. They both gave me their answers. I might not always agree, but this is what I'm dealt. I now steer away more than ever from councillors who ask me to come see them because my intuition tells me they are going to try to brainwash me into thinking otherwise, especially now that I notice cross arms, gum chewing, refusing to cooperate, trying to make a point only to pin the mayor down, or smirking when one thinks that they are affecting the mayor's performance. You are now in conflict of my own interest. All of this to express my dissatisfaction at the money I pay to fund this immature drama show. Please get with the people whom you represent, in good or bad, and refer the democracy elsewhere, but in our homes. This is against the democracy, I know. You are to represent us after all and not try to make yourselves look good. As for the councillor who expressed he will not run in the election, I would ask him to man up and submit his resignation immediately, if only to save us a few dollars for the sake of the interest of those who pay the bills. Your attitudes are very well noted. We voted for all of you sitting there. Alex Blake. Yes, I insist on having this letter aired out in the public. Please advise me if you require anything else to make sure it happens. Thank you.
And moving on to EORN monthly updates, September 2025. Next one is from the Halton region. Public safety requirements to protect our communities. Does anyone have any questions about this one? I attempted to put this into a resolution, but I wasn't sure. Does anyone have the same feeling or just want to learn?
No.
Okay. Township of Edwardsburg, Cardinal, support resolution OCIF.
I like this idea. I don't know if it's the right resolution. You know, like they're
Yeah.
asking for something very specific in terms of indexing the amount. I don't know if the amount is enough, so.
Where do you start? I think, yeah. So does anyone want to support this one or just let it go? Like I'd like to, but I'm not sure if I want to.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the right information. I'm
Yeah.
not asking for you.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm sorry.
Okay. My FM official day for Christmas greetings. AMO Healthy Democracy Leaders Series. Town of Plimpton, Wyoming Conservation Authority fee freeze. Municipality of Blue Water. Keep climate change as a foremost national priority.
I would like to support this one. I think with like our recent forests, our recent fires and things, I think it's to be dipping our heads in the sand if we didn't acknowledge climate change to some extent.
We'll prepare a resolution for the next meeting. Town of Whitby, extended producer responsibility for blue box recycling collection.
Would this one be already supported? Yeah. We have.
MMAH delegations.
Okay, so this is the one we would like to, we are going to Roma. So I would like to request a delegation with the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing. I think that would be a very important thing to do, to talk about the strong mayor powers.
Everybody okay with that? So Tammy, you'll make up the necessary paperwork.
I suspect us and 300 other municipalities will
Yeah.
have that same delegation.
Yeah. We got turned down at AMO, so. Okay. Bylaw. Bylaws.
Moved by Harold Levine, second by Bill Smith, that bylaw number 41, 2025, being a bylaw to appoint municipal officers and set salaries and benefits for the township employees be given its first, second, and third reading and finally passed this 21st day of October, 2025.
Questions or concerns? All those in favor? Unfinished business. I believe we have a resolution for aerial spraying.
Moved by Maureen McMillan, second by Carl Keel, whereas the province of Ontario through the Ministry of Natural Resources conducts aerial spraying of glyphosate-based herbicides on the Renfrew County forest. And whereas the township of Killaloe, Haggerty, and Richards and residents and ecosystems may be impacted by this activity. And whereas emerging scientific evidence has linked glyphosate-based and end-use products to cancer, metabolic, and nervous system-related diseases, toxic effects on reproduction and harm to ecosystems. And whereas the province of Quebec banned the use of glyphosate for forestry purposes in 2001 and replaced aerial herbicide spraying with manual forest thinning as a safer alternative forest management method. And whereas residents have expressed concern regarding the potential environmental and public health risks associated with aerial spraying of glyphosate-based herbicides. Now therefore be it resolved that Council for the Township of Killaloe, Haggerty, and Richards formally requests that the Honorable Mike Harris Jr., Ministry of Natural Resources, reconsider the use of glyphosate-based herbicides in Renfrew County forests and suspend the aerial spraying initiative until further independent research and updated risk assessments are completed and reviewed. And be it further resolved that this resolution be forwarded to the Honorable Mike Harris Jr., Ministry of Natural Resources, the Honorable Sylvia Jones, Minister of Health, MPP Billy Deneau, MP Cheryl Gallant, Associations of Municipalities of Ontario, Federation of Northern Ontario Municipalities, and all Ontario municipalities for their support and endorsement.
Any questions or concerns? Have a vote, please. Raise your hand. And the vote would be for yes to suspend. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes to suspend, or no, not to carry on. Did I say that wrong?
Nope.
So, yes.
Carol, you have a question on your face.
You want.
Okay.
So, yes to suspend. 2, 3. You're for to suspend. To stop spray? Yeah. So 4 yes, 2 no. Night market event resolution.
Moved by Maureen McMillan, second by Harold Levine, whereas the Township of Killaloe, Haggerty, and Richards recognizes the value of community events in promoting local culture, economic activity, and community engagement. And whereas a night market event is planned to take place at Station Park on November 28th, 2025 to support local vendors, artists, and residents. And whereas the cost associated with hosting the event has been estimated at $1,200. Now therefore be it resolved that Council for the Township of Killaloe, Haggerty, and Richards hereby approves an expenditure of $1,200 to support the night market event in Station Park, with funds to be drawn from the other cultural events budget line.
Questions? All those in favor? Oil tank is not longer the replacement method.
Moved by Harold Levine, second by Maureen McMillan, whereas the existing oil tank for the hot water heater at the Killaloe Rink, 28 Cameron Street, Killaloe, has failed to meet the required safety inspection standards and must be removed. And whereas the Township of Killaloe, Haggerty, and Richards Facility Asset Manager has reviewed the situation and recommends the removal of the current oil tank and oil-fired water heater and replaced with a propane-fueled tankless hot water heater. And whereas Round Lake Heating and Air Conditioning based in Killaloe, Ontario, has provided a cost estimate of $6,000 dollars for their services. Now, but therefore be it resolved that council for the Township of Killaloe, Hagerty, Richards approves the removal of this existing oil tank and hot water heater at the Killaloe rink and the installation of the propane tankless hot water heater to be completed by Round Lake Heating and Air Conditioning at an estimated cost of $6,000, with the understanding that the final cost may vary either higher or lower depending on the project variables.
Questions? All those in favor? Yeah.
Okay, so I received a call from MMAH and they are ready to go forward with their training session that they had originally indicated. So I was talking with Mr. Jones today and he's wondering if there's any dates available in November that council and staff would be able to do the training. It would be Zoom. They would be doing it by Zoom. They wouldn't be in person.
We're looking for an evening time.
I believe so. I was just assuming it would be as part of a regular council meeting.
Regular time.
Did you say how long the training is?
Mm-mm.
Because I think it's about like, if it's the same one that they offered for free, it's about 45 minutes to an hour.
So maybe just a different day then.
So let's
Plus question time.
let's pick a different date. So the week, let's start the first week, November the 3rd. Is anybody available that, or not available that week?
That's hunting season.
No.
You're not gonna get a lot of staff in council.
So-
Hunting
Right.
season. The first week, the first 2 weeks is hunting season.
You 20th or 27th. I got 2 meetings with.
So we might be looking at the week of November 17th.
Could we do it at 6 o'clock before, or like 5:30 before? Oh, that would work for you, Brian, eh? Before a regular council meeting?
Put 6:30, I might be.
No, I said 5:30 because it's like at least an hour and then you want time for questions.
I don't think Ted would.
Okay.
Not 5:30.
What did you suggest? The 18th? That's regular.
But that's a regular meeting. I just thought it could fit in before that.
And what about the day before the 17th?
We have an OPP meeting.
Okay, 19th.
Economic development I had here, so I don't think.
Oh, yeah, that's not,
That's not happening.
Economic development meeting.
that's not happening. So no longer have that committee.
Oh, that's right. So perhaps we could do it on the 19th at 7 o'clock.
You're okay, library people?
Yeah, our meeting's the week before.
So I'll see if they're available. So November 19th.
Can we pick another date, so Tammy has 2 dates available?
20th, I guess.
No, Carl can't
I'm
do
not available.
24th?
Just a sec. I can do the 24th.
Lunchers, good?
Yep.
So what's that? Okay, so you have 2 dates.
Okay, thank
You need
you.
a third one, or is-
No, I think that's fine.
and both at 7 o'clock.
Will you be emailing us, Tammy, when you get the date?
I will let you know, yes.
Thank you.
Okay. New business. Anybody else?
No, this is a request for council.
So you have this in your package. Do you want some time to review it, or any comments?
I can speak to it. I can speak to it. The ramp at the front of the building, or the sidewalk at the front of the building, is in a dreadful state of disrepair, and it's quite dangerous. I think that from information I've received previously, like in the past few years, I don't know that it's able to be turned into a ramp with a proper slight for slant slope for accessibility standards. But it's something that I think the township could or should support. The Friendship Club is a tremendous asset to the community. That's used by a lot of people, and it's in a dangerous state of disrepair, that ramp is.
Two eldest councillors, by eight.
Not by age, but our eldest counselors, long-term serving. What is the history about doing the sidewalk and ramp in front of those, the Friendship Club and the Lions Club? Was there history there?
That's been Dean's call every year. He does so much sidewalks each year.
But
I
it-
don't know if he has that in his.
Okay, what I meant though, Brian, was, is it part of the township property, or is it township?
You've never done nothing at Township.
The information I've been given at the CRC is that the township owns the sidewalks and maintains the sidewalks on the CRC side of the street, and on the other side of the street, the sidewalks are owned by the businesses that live there. So it's not a township asset.
But there's no sidewalk on the senior building, it's just that big.
Right,
Smell.
correct.
So they would have put that there then?
Oh my God, that's from their actions. We're on both sides of the iron shop there when I was a kid.
I just remember there was history there with that side of the property, but I wasn't sure, or I needed clarification if we've ever done that before. Would council, probably the question then is, would council consider doing something on that side of the road? Well,
Yeah. What's your pumps? What, that high?
what thing?
The cement.
Is it that high?
It's not that high.
Well, whatever high. What can we do with it?
I think we should wait till Dean can have a look at it too. He'd be the one that's has to do it more or less, so, or have somebody do it.
Ramp there wouldn't, can't extend it enough out on the sidewalk to put a ramp in front.
Well, I think-
That's my understanding, but
It's impossible.
So could we, have Dean, look at, because it's hard to make a decision without a cost and without an idea of what would have to be done. Like we couldn't make that decision tonight, but could we ask for Dean to go and have a conversation and
I
have a
think-
look?
Yeah, he'd be involved in it just
Yeah.
practically.
So
Sure.
the direction would be to let Dean know and look at it and come back with his viewpoint and maybe an estimation cost.
Mhm.
Okay, is that fair?
The council ready to make that decision on those businesses, private businesses, so are we gonna entertain all the businesses, put a sidewalk in front, or is this gonna be next? Gotta be careful.
Good point. Well, maybe what we should do is get the data first and then ask that question.
For sure.
Mhm.
But it's impossible to put a ramp on the street side of that building. It's totally impossible.
Well, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, is there not a ramp already
The side
that
ramp
goes
is good.
into
there is a ramp.
that
but,
parking lot?
It's not an accessible ramp.
Okay.
But that parking lot's not on their property and it's not their issue. And the existing ramp that goes to the side door that is fully accessible is accessed by this small chunk of concrete that's disintegrating. So that's the issue, is it's that chunk to make it somewhat more accessible.
Okay, are we okay with the direction we've given Tammy to talk to Dean, get a cost, what he thinks, and then we can ask other questions?
Yeah, it's no use looking at the front. It's gonna look at that, where Bill said where's that concrete's accessible now. That's the only option we have.
Yeah. We'll let Dean look at it and get
Yeah.
back to us, okay? Councillor Miller, the Christmas party.
Okay, so Carl, I kind of stole Carl's thunder because he brought this up last meeting and reminded us that this had to be done because we missed having a staff party for all of our staff and departments last year. So I have 3 dates: Friday, November the 28th, Saturday, November 29th, and Saturday, December 6th. And we should pick one like tonight and get back to the Wilno Tavern because that's all they have left. And the details can kind of be ironed out after, but we need to pick a date.
I believe that Friday, the 28th is the night market.
It is, so that's out. There we go.
And that's
My
your
own,
project?
my own night market, yeah.
So it's either the 29th or the 6th.
I'm available either of those.
29th is good for me.
Should we do it on the 29th? Just because in December people might start
either.
booking up?
Either one.
Okay, so what we do November 29th?
Sure. So, and we have this already budgeted,
Yeah,
already in the budget, right, Tam? And so there's that only covers the food costs,
yes.
no alcohol costs whatsoever. Just to make that perfectly clear.
So would you be okay? Can I call the tavern and reserve that for us? And then they can iron out the details with staff?
Can we see a show of hands? That's okay.
Okay, thank you.
You'll be able to walk there tomorrow and talk to.
Well, yeah, I talked with them 2 days. We're good.
And Tammy has a resolution.
First of all, I have, the Renfrew County Speech and Language Service, they contacted the Community Development Coordinator. They're requesting to rent space at the Round Lake Rink facility once a week on Wednesdays from November 19th to December 17th, which is a total of 5 Wednesdays between the hours of 30 a.m. and 11:30, 12-ish p.m. And they're also asking if council would consider waiving the $20 rental fee per use. And I have a resolution prepared in the event council wishes to rent the rental fee or to waive the rental fee for them.
Can I see a show of hands? We're waiving the rental fee.
So moved by Bill Smith, second by Harold Levine, whereas the Renfrew County Speech and Language Services has requested the use of the Round Lake Rink facility to provide essential speech and language programming for the community. And whereas the services will be delivered on Wednesday from November 19th, 2025 to December 17th, 2025 between 10:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. And whereas the standard facility usage fee of $20 per use would typically apply, and whereas council recognizes the value of these services, and now therefore be it resolved that council hereby waives the $20 per use facility fee for the Renfrew County Speech and Language Services for the above noted, for the above mentioned dates and times.
Any further questions? All those in favor? Just an added comment. I think it's great that Round Lake facility is being utilized as much as it is. It's awesome. And that's it, right? And now we're going to move committee to the whole.
Moved by Brian Bukowski, second by Maureen McMillan, motion to move into committee of the whole. Be it resolved that council move into a closed meeting pursuant to section 239 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended for the following reasons: personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, safety concerns within the Public Works Department from a member of the public, advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose, to review and discuss the legal opinion provided by John Mascaron of Aird Burles LLP regarding strong mayor powers.
Night, kids. Thanks for coming in.